job at the food bank was carrying boxes and stacking them on top of each other.
My job in the food bank was to pack boxes.
My primary job was weighing the food boxes and whatnot.
My primary job at the food bank was sorting through food and packaging it.
My food bank job was to load boxes full of food as close as I could to 25 pounds per box.
I got into the big totes of sorted food and I was pulling out the sorted food so that Brooke could separate it into the boxes that we were sending out.
We first got there, the people were saying how that they were behind a lot of packages that they had to ship out to different counties for the food pantries there, and then we ended up catching them up and put them a little forward.
I saw God at work in the food bank by seeing all the donations that were there and how much food they did have there, and the workers were so devoted to helping people.
I saw God through the food bank by all the generous donations they had there with all the labeled named food brands.
I saw God working in the food bank this week just by the massive amounts of material that comes in and can go out. But I think what astonished me the most is that we just did the work that we went to do all week, and it wasn't until the last day after our last box was packed that the two women came in to talk to us about how recently they had lost their assistant director and close friend to unexpectedly died and left a very big hole just because they were all friends, but also in their the procedures and process that they go through at the food bank. And then also in the meanwhile they had software server go down and how they were late in some shipments going out, and they recently had straight line winds, and just the massive amount of obstacles that they had to go through and overcome. And just this group of 11 people came from Michigan, and they were ecstatic that we were there.
I saw God at the food bank by the amount of food that we got packaged and how thankful the people were.
I saw God at work in the food bank because they said there was a group there before us that didn't even do half as much as us, and they had 40 people when they had 11.
There was so much food going so many different places, and it's amazing to me that they can have so much food in one place and that they are feeding so many people.
packed, I was pretty happy to know that we're helping so many people because that much food can go a long ways.
When I heard the final amount of food that we packed, I guess I wasn't really that surprised because we had been going fast and hard every day.
Once I heard the amount of food that we packed, I felt very accomplished at what we've done because we worked hard at what we did. And it was just a good feeling.
I was shocked when I heard that we had packed like 53,000 pounds of food. That's just beyond what I can even comprehend.
When I heard how much food we packed, I was pretty surprised because I didn't think we could make that big of an impact in such little time, but it feels good to know we did something.
When I heard about all the food that we packed during the week, I was very surprised and felt very accomplished as the group.
My favorite part of the trip was when we went cliff jumping.
I really enjoyed sightseeing. I've never seen the mountains before, and I've never seen water as clear as in West Virginia, so that was gorgeous.
Favorite part would have had to been jumping off the cliffs. I thought that was pretty neat.
My favorite part of the trip was cliff jumping and seeing all the different scenery.
My favorite part of the whole trip was definitely had to be jumping off the rocks into the Summersville Lake. That was fun.
My favorite part of the mission trip was when we got to go to the beach in Sutton because it was really pretty.
God showed me that you don't always have to see the people to know that you're helping and making a difference.
One thing God showed me this week was that there's a lot of people for need, as of in like volunteer-wise, and that they needed us a lot this week, and I'm glad that we can go over there and help.
God showed me that with hard work that we can accomplish anything.
God taught me on this trip that sometimes we get aggravated with each other and start getting at each other's throats, but if we'll just calm down and be patient, that things will work out and we'll get the mission done.
God showed me this week that we can make a difference and that even just 11 people can do a huge thing.
In this trip, God showed me that there's a lot larger need for food for the people in our country than we think there is. And those of us that can help need to help more than we are.
One thing God showed me this week was how much I miss of my childhood, I guess my lively spirit in life, and the fact that God gave that to me, and just because I'm the age that I am now and I'm not a teenager anymore, doesn't mean that God still doesn't desire me to live that nice, free, light life. And I think being with all these teens reminds me that, you know, I've probably taken on a lot more burden than God ever has desired me to take. So spending the week with them really reminds me that God has a much lighter burden for me, and that I can get a lot more accomplished when I'm living my life the way He intended it for me and not the life that I'm trying to build.